What is up, my butter biscuits? So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my Hocus Pocus Colourpop palette review. I'm super excited for this because honestly, I have not purchased a Colourpop palette in literally like 2 years. I did recently purchase their hyaluronic acid foundation, which by the way, I actually really like. I did my review on that, but that is my most recent Colourpop purchase. So it's been quite a while since I tested out their eyeshadows, and I just had to get this palette because I absolutely love Hocus Pocus. Like honestly, who doesn't? I feel like everyone loves Hocus Pocus. Like especially come October, I have to watch it like every other day. I don't know why, it's just a tradition. I love it so much. So I'm super excited for this because it is really cute. Like all these names in the back right here are in cauldrons. It's just super on theme, and I'm really excited for this. Y'all, I have heard recently though that their quality has went down. I believe it's on Temptalia that they have been rating their palettes pretty low. So I'm actually really curious and intrigued to see how this is going to be because it's been a hot minute since I've actually done a review. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. If y'all are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that way you get notified when I upload a new video. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up because I would really appreciate that, and let's go to get into it. Another thing I forgot to mention before we get into this review, I just feel like it sucks, the world that we live in right now. Like so many people just don't know how to disagree, and I think that it really sucks, and I have to like over explain myself. Before I get into this review, I want you to know we all have different expectations, we all have different preferences, we all have different needs, you know? You may absolutely love this palette, I may hate it, I may love it, you may hate it. Honestly, that's just how it is. Not every makeup product is going to be perfect for everybody. That's just not realistic. So when you watch a review, keep in mind that that's that person's preference, opinion. I just feel like, y'all, every single time I do a review, it's just there's always complaints about something, and it's like, y'all, at the end of the day, this is my channel, my review. I hate to come across that way because obviously I am super open to criticism and I'm open to hearing other people's opinions. However, when it's forced on you and you're trying to like, you know, people try to persuade you in a different way, I think that that sucks because it takes the fun out of it. And on top of that too, it makes people just want to be dishonest and give a flatline review. And y'all know, if you guys have been on my channel for a long period of time, my reviews are very blunt, very direct, and I am very critical. And I know that may come across as complaining a lot. However, y'all know I grew up poor, like literally Section A, EBT, like poor. I know the value of $1. So when I'm purchasing a product, I do have high expectations for it because I know the value of $1. You know what I'm saying? So I really do think that it sucks. So many people are like, oh my gosh, you're so critical, you're so this, you're so that. And it's just like, y'all, it's my review, my opinions. And everyone that you go to is going to have a different, you know, view on things. Especially, let me tell you this. I know that I haven't recently done a foundation review, but I'm super excited, by the way, to do the Huda Beauty stick foundation review. As soon as that comes out, I'm going to purchase it because I don't know why. I'm just really excited because I really did love her first foundation. But specifically with foundation reviews, y'all, oh my gosh, I remember when I would do my foundation reviews all the time, and so many people would say so many different things, and it's like, y'all, my expectations for complexion products are really high because my skin has a lot of needs. I have fine lines and wrinkles, I have redness, you know what I'm saying? So I just am obviously critical of those things, and I feel like in a review you obviously want to note every little thing that's just the way it is, so that way the person watching can know. At the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the same way for you. A product that works amazing for you may not necessarily work amazing for me, and I think that it sucks that we just come to a time to where, oh my gosh, like I feel like you just have to be careful with what you say in every single aspect. And I feel like, y'all, at the end of the day, it's makeup. It is really not that deep. If I hate it and you love it, great, keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I never in my entire life ever, and y'all can literally clock me on this, never have I gone over to somebody's page or review and left some type of hate comment because they didn't like a product that I loved. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, oh, this day and age, you guys, this day and age is getting really rough. If you guys look back on my old reviews from like 4 years ago, y'all, I was like low-key really blunt, real direct, and just you know, obviously I used to cuss a lot because I was allowed to cuss a lot. Things have just really changed now, and I feel like obviously I've learned to filter myself but still be very blunt and be very direct, and that is still getting, you know, criticism in the comments. And it's just kind of like, you guys, at the end of the day, it's my review. Honestly, that's it, and it's my opinion, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, look, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say if I don't like it, I don't like it, and that's it. So just keep that in mind. A review is obviously my opinion. All right. I just wanted to get that. Sorry for that long old disclaimer before we get into this video. It's just, I was reading some of my comments in my last review, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all, it's my preferences. It's my opinion. It's my, you know, views. Of course, 100%. Y'all feel free to leave any type of comment that you want. Leave some hate comment if you want. But I just don't like when people try to persuade me, you know, in a different direction and tell me that I need to change this and change this and change that. It's like, y'all, go to a different channel if you're trying to tell me to change so many things. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm so sorry, y'all. I just had to put that out there before we get into this. So I do want to do some swatches of this palette, and I do know another thing, people don't really like swatches. However, I'm not going to use every single color within this palette, so I do like to do some swatches to see the color payoff and to see the colors, as well as get inspired. Honestly, even when I'm not doing a review of a palette, I'll still swatch them. So this is the inside of the palette right here. It is super cute, and I love the way the artist drew them in here. Y'all, it is just so cute. I don't know why, I just got so excited for this, and I really haven't been excited for a palette in a while because, okay, I totally just lied to you guys, because the Celestial Divinity, I was super excited for that too. Which, by the way, I'll go ahead and leave a card right here if you guys want to check out that review, because check it out. Anyways, this is it. Let me go ahead and show you guys up close right here. Let's see if we can get my camera to adjust. Do not pay attention to my nails because y'all know I am busted, okay? But this is it. So the greens automatically are speaking to me. So I'm going to be using that, as well as Brew Potion. Okay, let's go ahead and do some swatches right here. I'm going to swatch, you know what? This reminds me of the shade. This one is called Tis Firm. This reminds me of a shade from the Pat McGrath palette in the top left. Okay, oh yeah, that does look like it. Really pretty, like cranberry copperish shade. This shade I think I'm going to use, but I'm still going to swatch it anyways because it's just calling my name. It's called Brew Potion, which looks like a super reflective oh my gosh, I barely put my finger in there, y'all. That whoa, that picked up a lot. That is really shimmery. Look at that right there. Do you guys see that? Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna use that. Let me go ahead and swatch this Thackeray Binks right here. Oh my gosh, that is really pretty too. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? If this works like it swatches, then Teptalia may be tripping, because these swatches are amazing. I feel like they look bomb, especially you guys see the shimmer on that middle shade right there, the shade Brew Potion. Oh my gosh. Y'all know me as shimmer. I just can't. Even though, yes, in my last palette review of the Celestial Divinity, I was complaining that there wasn't enough mattes and that there was too much shimmer. But this has a good combination of them. So let me go ahead and swatch. Let me go ahead and swatch this shade Wench right here. This is just kind of like a silvery tan. Okay, that one's kind of, you know, just a little bit basic, but still really pretty. Okay, I am going to be using this shade right here because it's just calling my name, this olive green. It's called Yabos. Okay, I do apologize if I say these words wrong, because yes, even though I love Hocus Pocus, I don't be knowing the names like that, okay? Honestly. But this shade, oh yeah, I'm going to be using that. That looks so beautiful. It actually comes out a little bit more of like a golden olive green, if that makes any type of sense. That middle shade, I cannot with that. Oh, that is so, so beautiful. Okay, let me just go ahead and wipe off my hand really fast. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this Bewitched shade. And I forgot to mention as well that this palette did retail for $22. It sold out immediately. Actually, their site had crashed on the day it was supposed to come out. I believe it was like September 30th, and then it had came out on October 1st. This is the swatch right there of that one. I feel like matte sometimes just don't swatch well. That actually looks horrible on a swatch, but as we know, swatches don't really tell. Anyway, so it does have 17 grams of product for $22, which is a pretty fair price. I do feel like their palettes normally are a little bit cheaper, but I guess maybe because this is a Disney collaboration, it's a little bit more expensive. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong though, because I haven't purchased a palette from them in a long time, so I haven't paid attention to the other pricing, but I could have sworn they were cheaper. Anyways, y'all, so yes, there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 15 eyeshadows in this palette. 17 grams, $22, not too bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch this last shade right here, which actually looks like a purple with golden shimmer. It looks really beautiful. I call it a bus. Let's see. Wow, that shade. Look, oh wow, it literally just crumbled all over my hand right there. Some of these pigments I feel like are just, oh my goodness. Okay, that is actually beautiful. If I was doing a smoky eye, let's see if it'll pick up on camera. Oh yeah, don't pay attention to my bestial arms, y'all, because I am one hairy person. Oh, that is really, really pretty. I still can't get over that, what is it called? Brew Potion shade. That shimmer on there is just amazing. Okay, let me go ahead and wash my hands, and then let's go ahead and get into the tutorial portion of this review. All right, y'all, so I'm going to be starting off with my MAC 239 brush and the shade Bewitched. I'm going to be taking this all up in the crease. I'm a little bit nervous for this shade, based upon seeing the swatch, which I know, honestly, I feel like swatches are pretty irrelevant, you know, because sometimes things swatch amazingly. However, when you use them with a brush on the eye, they're not the best. And then sometimes, you know, it is true. Sometimes you'll swatch it and be like, oh, it's terrible, and then put it on the eye and it's terrible. So I feel like it's hit or miss with the swatch, but I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to pack this on in the crease. This is that pretty olive green shade. So what I'm going to do today is I think, okay, I may change my mind. I think I may actually be doing a wing liner because y'all, it has been probably about a year since I've done a wing liner. So I'm like, let's see. Also, I probably should have changed my backdrop because I know you probably can't tell right now, but I put on a dark brown backdrop, but then I put the orange lights on because I wanted it to look, I was going to say Christmassy, Halloweeny, you know, but this is not going to go with the backdrop at all. However, who really cares, right? I forgot to mention, by the way, I already put on my P. Louise base. I normally do that off of camera just to save a little bit of time because it's the same thing in every single review. So why do you need to see it, you know? Okay, so far this is packing on really, really good. I don't know if you guys can tell right there, but it's packing. It looks actually pretty black rather than green, but maybe it'll blend out a little bit lighter. I'm going to go ahead and start buffing this out a little bit. Hopefully it gets a little bit lighter. This one came out way darker than I anticipated, and I think I'm going to leave my outer corner empty right now because I think I'm going to go in with the maroon shade Night of Frolic, only because, you know what, I want to do something a little bit different because I feel like the look at my Celestial Divinity review, I was like, y'all, I've done this look like 3 times, like, let me not. So I kind of want to switch it up and play a little bit different today and throw in that purple, I think, but I may change my mind. All right, now I'm going to be taking my Hank & Henry Monica brush with the shade On Toast, which is kind of just like a soft brown. And then I'm just going to be taking this just right up on the edges. You know what, let me, wipe a little bit off my hand first because I don't know how pigmented this is. And I just kind of want to use this to soften the edges a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and mix a little bit of Hello Salem as well, because I feel like that may be just a little bit too dark to soften the edges. Yeah, those two mixed together is actually really nice. Hello Salem and On Toast mixed together is perfect for this. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and cut my crease off of camera. It looks a little bit messy right now, but it's all good. The reason why I did that is because I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Night of Frolic in the outer corner. Honestly, I normally never really do this. Say, for example, if I'm going to do a green look, I'll normally take a darker green in the outer corner. However, I want to switch it up, try something a little bit new, because I feel like... Y'all, this is my chance at redemption in my own head. Even though, honestly, I didn't see anybody, like, clock me for it in my last video. But I was like, low-key, I'd be feeling like Manny, you know? When they used to call him Copper Eyelid and New Lip because he would do the, like, same look every single time. That's how I felt. So I was like, hey, let me switch it up. So, I'm going to try something new here. And I'm going to pack this color right here in the outer corner, which is the dark plum. I actually think it'll look pretty nice. I'm going to try to get it as dark as it can possibly go. And then I'm going to go ahead and take these shimmers on the lid. As usual, as you guys know, I always say don't worry about the outer corner. I will clean it up when I do the rest of my face. This shade is actually really, really pretty. It's actually similar to that shade that I used in the Celestial Divinity palette. I will say this, though, maybe a little bit more purple. Right now for this step, don't worry about it getting messy right here because I'm going to go ahead and tap it out, especially when I put the shade Yabos on top of it. I do wish that there was a black within this palette, especially because it is like a witch palette. I think that that would have been really, really cute. And then right now it would have looked really nice for me to slap a little bit of black right there so that way it would transition from black to this plum shade. I think that would have been really, really nice. Actually, that green shade is kind of mixing in there, and it does seem to be turning pretty dark. So I may just mix a little bit of that on top. It's going to be super, super messy in the outer corner, y'all, so do not pay attention to that. I don't know why, for some reason, I feel like the need to always say that within every single eyeshadow video. Because, y'all, I'm so messy with the outer corner because I do my foundation after. So I'm like, why do it nice now, you know? When I'm going to go ahead and clean it up later. So what I'm going to do now is take a small blending brush and then just start blending this up right here. I'm a little bit nervous for this because I have green right there and I'm like, oh, it may turn dark. Because it seems to be where the green is mixing with that plum shade, it's turning pretty black. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me take a little bit of the green on top of this right here. I'm going to try to be very careful. You know what I just noticed right now is actually, I don't even know if it's necessarily the green. I think that that shade's just oxidizing with the P. Louise base. Because I was looking right here. Right now, I'm not sure if you guys can see on camera, but this is actually starting to turn really, really dark as well. Huh. Maybe this wasn't really a good idea, but you know what? We're going to make it work. Okay, it definitely is because of the green. Because I was like, you know what? Let me just see right now. And I put this green on top of that. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it definitely turns black. So, I guess I'm not good with my color theory that green and plum make black. Oh my gosh, you would think that I would know that, but I don't. But anyways, y'all, I'm just going to go ahead and mix this on top because it just started looking really funky. So what I'm going to do right now is just mix these together to kind of just make a black, as you guys can tell, because it's getting really, really funky out there. And I don't want it because I really like the crease. I really like this green right here. It's looking very, very good. So I don't want it to be all busted. Okay, y'all, this is going to look like... I'm sorry. It looks terrible in the outer corner right now. I do apologize, but don't worry. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to clean it up really, really harsh with some makeup remover. Because this, I just had to blend out right here, and it is looking a hot mess. But do not worry. Y'all know what's up. Like, if you watch my videos, you know. I'm just sitting here like, oh, this is the messiest that I've ever done it, but it looks really, really bad. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is go ahead and take a MAC 242 brush with a little bit of this spray. By the way, they sent this in... the BoxyCharm, which I haven't really tested it out, but I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just use it right now on my brush. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Yabos, and I'm going to be taking this in the outer corner and kind of to the center of the eye as well, too. In the front portion of the eye, I will be taking the shade Brew Potion. So let's see how this goes on top of here. This is a really pretty shade. Oh, yeah, I really like it. I do wish it was a little bit lighter, though. Huh. Maybe I'll just darken up the crease a little bit. We'll see. See that part where it got all ugly? I'm just going to go ahead and take that shade Yabos and kind of tap it on top. That way it blends together because that outer corner was looking a little rough there, you guys. It was not a good idea to do the shade Night of Frolic, but I think what I'll do is go ahead and take it underneath and kind of smoke out my lower lash line with it because... I wanted to use it because I feel like it would look really, really pretty. However, it was not mixing well with that green. Like, no, not at all. So if you guys have this palette, do not mix that shade. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with that small brush with the shade Bewitched, which is the green. And then just tap it on top here so that way we get a blend. Because it's looking a little harsh. If you guys don't check out my videos frequently, my eyeshadow videos, make sure you guys tap when you're doing this to blend into the shimmer, because you don't want to drag the shimmer over to the matte because then it's going to look kind of messy. So just tap this on over. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and wet my brush again with a little bit of setting spray. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Brew Potion. You guys, when I went to wash my hands off, this shade just stuck everywhere. It's almost as if it's a pressed glitter. I don't know if that's what it's labeled as, but it definitely is like that. It's that same kind of like chunky consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. Oh yeah, it's super chunky, but it's beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see that chunk that just fell out right underneath my eye. It's kind of like those Huda Beauty shades. Okay, this definitely, I'm not sure if you guys can see on camera, has the consistency of a pressed glitter. So maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe I should look at the back of the box, duh, Tim, and see. Does it say, like, pressed glitter? I don't think so. It says pressed powder palette. Brew Potion. It just has Brew Potion has a separate formula, but it doesn't say that it's a pressed glitter. I don't know, but it definitely has that consistency of one, it is very, very chunky. So be careful with this. That way you guys don't layer it too much, because if you do, oh, it will just be a hot mess. So now I'm going to go ahead and flip my brush over back to the green and kind of tap it right here where that gold shade is. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera. Kind of doesn't look like it, but this gold shade, the Brew Potion, is beautiful. Super beautiful. But it definitely, you know what, I have to say, maybe it's not necessarily like a pressed glitter, because there is a little bit of pigment underneath it. And I did need to use like a shimmery eyeshadow as a base, you know what I'm saying? However, it just, I don't know, it just looks bomb. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera. All right, y'all, so this eye is looking a hot mess. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up, do my foundation and the other eye off of camera, and we'll come back and do the lower lash line. All right, y'all, so now I'm gonna take my Hank & Henry brush called Nicole. Y'all, I feel like earlier I said this shade Night of Frolic instead of Night of Frolic. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, because it is currently 3 a.m. right now that I'm filming this. But y'all, we got another heat wave, and I just like, oh, I cannot deal with the heat, so I have to film really, really late because I don't have AC in here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this on the lower lash line and just press it really, really gently, because I do not want to fall out. I did notice that with some of these shades, that green one, I'm going to show you guys in the pan as soon as I'm done with this, how terrible it looks. And a lot of the green did fall out on my face when I was doing the look earlier. So I'm like, oh, let me be real careful, because now that I have all of my foundation, concealer, and all that good stuff on, I don't want to mess it up. So let me be real gentle. And I'm not sure if you guys can notice what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just slowly pressing, press and lift, because if you drag, then you're going to run the risk of getting fallout. So just literally just press and lift each time. And honestly, what I like to do too, which I'm sure you guys can't tell right now because I'm fat, y'all, my double chin, you can't tell if I'm leaning forward or not, but I'm leaning forward right now. So that way, if there is any fallout, it's going to fall forward onto my desk, not onto my cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Which I literally looked at my little viewfinder right here and I was like, you can't even tell that I'm leaning forward, y'all. It looked the same because my chin just covers it all. Oh my good. Y'all, this quarantine, I'm not even playing. Like in the beginning, when I had tested positive for COVID, I had lost like 12 pounds because I couldn't taste nothing. So I was like, I'm not going to eat anything bad. But let me tell you, as soon as I got my taste back, I gave up on that. I was like, bring on everything. Let me tell you. And recently, I cannot stop eating Doritos and Valentina. Like, oh, it is just, it's my go-to. I can't stop. All right, now I'm going to go in with the shade Hello Salem, and I'm just going to take that right underneath this plum just to buff it out a little bit. Also, I forgot to mention too that I didn't end up doing a wing liner, obviously, as you can tell, because when I cleaned up my line, y'all, it's pretty winged out already. So I was like, you know what? Let me not do a wing liner because sometimes I feel like, you know what, my lid is just too small, and then I feel like it takes away from my cut crease. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go up too high and stuff, so I'm just like, let me just leave it. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I really do like the way this plum shade contrasts with the green up top. I feel like it looks really nice, and I don't know, I feel like it complements it really well. Alright, y'all, now I'm going to go in with my tear duct shade. Y'all know I always got to go in with a tear duct, so I am taking the shade Wench. And then on the other side, I did put a little bit of the green with it. I don't know why. I feel like this by itself, I feel like maybe a little bit too silvery. Then I got like one too many colors going on. So I just took a little tiny like little poof right inside the, why'd I say poof? I'm thinking I'm a witch over here. The shade, what is that called? Y'all, it is so dirty right now. Yabos. Oh my gosh. So now I got just a tiny little bit of the shade Yabos to put on top. I don't feel like a true Hocus Pocus fan because I feel like I'm not saying any of these names right. Because I'm a little bit dumb. I never heard the word Yabos, honestly. But it's probably somebody's name now that I just thought about it. Oh my gosh. You know what's so crazy is I know the whole entire movie, like legit. I feel the same way about American Horror Story. I can't tell you any single characters, but I know all of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't pay attention to the people's names and like, I know the cat is Salem. That's like about it. Alright, y'all, so I got this eye all complete. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is put on some mascara on the lower lash line, and then I'm going to put on my lipstick, and I'll come back and give you guys my final review. Alright, y'all, so this is the final look right here. Before we get into my final review of this palette, I want to tell you what is on the rest of my face. For my lips, I have on the Huda Beauty Flirt Liquid Lipstick. For my foundation, I have on the Huda Beauty foundation, as well as the Sugar... Oh my gosh, I done knocked over my brush cleaner. The Sugar Cookie Setting Powder. For my highlight, I do apologize, but this has been discontinued forever, and I know this is super, super nasty, and I say this all the time. This is still one of my favorite highlighters that I purchased when I was 18. Literally 12 years ago. But this is Perfect Topping from MAC. They have relaunched it. However, this original formula was like the best. So that's my highlight right now. I really love it. I feel like it just, I don't know, adds a really nice glow without being too overpowering. For my lashes, I actually bought these lashes from TJ Maxx for $3. These are the Creme Shop T lashes. Ironically enough, T. Hey girl, what's that T? Anyways, y'all, is that it for the rest of my face? Oh, for mascara too, y'all. Oh my gosh, the Lily Lashes mascara. This is it on the bottom, if you guys can see my bottom lashes right now. So, y'all, to give you guys my final review of this palette, I actually really, really liked it. I do want to show you this green shade specifically. Let me go ahead and get close here. I don't know if people care about this type of stuff anymore. I remember back in the day, especially during the subculture era, when palettes had this much kickback in a palette, people really didn't like it because obviously it's a waste of product. This had a whole lot of kickback, and it did have a lot of fallout on my eyes, specifically the green shade. Hello Salem, Night of Frolic, and On Toast really were not that bad. The Bewitched shade specifically was. But like I said, I don't really know if people care about it too much. I'm going to be really honest with you. Back in the day, I did really like get upset about this because I was like, are you kidding me? It's a waste of product. However, now I really realize that I have so many palettes that I am never even going to finish one full palette, y'all. Like, I seriously have over 100 palettes. So it doesn't really get to me too much. However, I do understand if you guys do not have a lot of palettes and you guys obviously want to get your full money's worth from a palette, then that may be something to note, that these have a lot of kickback. However, the price point is not too expensive. You are getting 15 eyeshadows for $22, and I absolutely love the packaging. Like, this is just so cute to me. I don't know why, even just staring at it really made me happy. I don't know, I feel like it's really, really cute, and I love Hocus Pocus, so it's just really, really nice. So overall, I will say I really do like the palette. I recommend it. I don't know if they're going to be coming out with another relaunch of it because it did say that it was limited edition, so keep your eyes out for that. I do want to note that this shimmer shade on my lid, which of course is not picking up the way that it looks in person, the shade Brew Potion, is so beautiful. It is very, very thick and kind of chunky. However, it does still kind of like blend in the eye. Like, if you press and push, it does go in. So it's kind of like, it's weird. I want to call it a pressed glitter. However, it's not, because there is still some shadow in there, because there is like a base as well as a shimmer. It's really, really nice, and I do like the formula. At first I was like, whoa, this is really chunky, it's very thick. However, I did find it easy to work with on this eye. As soon as I didn't put too much on the brush, I think what I did is I made a mistake of putting too much on the brush for my left eye while I was doing it on camera. However, with this one on the right eye, I was like, oh wow, it's really nice. So yeah, overall I do recommend this palette if you're able to get your hands on it, which I know obviously it is sold out. I think that sucks. However, I do think maybe they will do a relaunch, or maybe they'll do something else. I don't really know. I did see some people posting that it was in Ulta stores. I called all of my Ulta stores and they did not have it. So I guess maybe just call around. Hopefully you guys can get your hands on it, because I feel like it's super cute, and it's just, I don't know. This is something, I probably sounds really dumb. However, October, I gotta be real with y'all. I have been really, really depressed this month because October is my favorite month. Like, legit, this is the month that I'm doing something like almost every single weekend. Like, I'm doing a Halloween party, I'm going to Universal Horror Nights, I'm going to Not Scary Farm. Like, all these different Halloween events are literally my favorite thing to do ever since I was a kid. And I feel like, obviously, because of the pandemic, I've been feeling down, y'all, honestly. And this little thing, I know it probably sounds dumb because it's just a palette, it just really made me happy. And looking at it and looking at the little cauldrons on the back and the cauldron on the front, it just made me happy. And I think I really needed that these days, because y'all, I've been a little down. I'm just like, oh, I'm so used to doing stuff in October, and obviously I can't. So anyways, y'all, let me not ramble on. Y'all are like, okay, shut up now. Y'all, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions if you do have this palette, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.